The crunch of the dried leaves beneath my boots was the only sound for miles, a rhythmic, comforting drumbeat on an otherwise quiet Tuesday morning. The air was crisp, carrying the scent of pine and damp earth, and shafts of sunlight dappled through the canopy, painting shifting patterns on the forest floor. These solo hikes were my sanctuary, a time to disconnect, to breathe, and to simply be. I felt a profound sense of peace, the kind that settles deep in your bones and makes the world outside feel very far away. I was about halfway through my usual loop, a winding trail that followed a small ridge, when I saw it. Standing perfectly still in the middle of the path, about 50 feet ahead, was a deer. It was a beautiful buck, its antlers still in velvet, a rich brown coat blending almost seamlessly with the shadows. My first thought was simply admiration. It's always a privilege to witness wildlife in its natural habitat, undisturbed. I slowed my pace, not wanting to startle it, content to just observe. But as I drew closer, something about its stillness began to prickle at the back of my neck. It wasn't just calm, it was utterly, unnaturally frozen. Its posture was rigid, almost statuesque. I stopped, maybe 20 feet away now, trying to gauge its intent. Usually, a deer, even a very calm one, will twitch an ear, shift its weight, perhaps flick its tail. This one did none of that. It was like a taxidermy display, placed carefully on the trail. My eyes fixated on its face. Its dark, wide eyes stared straight ahead, not at me, but through me, or perhaps at nothing at all. They didn't blink, not once. I watched, fascinated and increasingly unsettled, for what felt like an eternity, but was probably only 30 seconds. Still no blink, no subtle rise and fall of its chest indicating breath. It was as if time itself had paused around this one creature. A shiver, not from the cold, ran down my spine. This wasn't natural. This wasn't simply a deer. The path was narrow, and there was no way around it without bushwhacking through dense undergrowth. I considered turning back, but the thought felt foolish. It was just a deer, after all, a very, very still deer. Gathering my courage, I decided to walk past it, giving it a wide berth on the trail's edge, my heart thumping a little faster than usual. Every step I took felt amplified in the unnatural silence. The crunch of my boots seemed deafening. My eyes never left the deer. As I drew level with it, I could have reached out and touched its flank. Its coat looked soft, its presence immense. I held my breath, my gaze fixed on its unwavering stare. Just a few more steps, I thought, almost past it. And then, as my shoulder cleared its body, the impossible happened. Slowly, deliberately, its head began to turn. Not just a slight adjustment, but a full, unhurried rotation. Its neck twisted, the movement impossibly fluid, until its head was facing directly backward, its gaze now fixed on me over its own shoulder. A full 180 degrees. The movement was so unnatural, so physically impossible for any living creature, that for a split second, my mind simply refused to process it. It defied anatomy, defied physics, defied everything I understood about the natural world. I stopped dead in my tracks, my breath catching in my throat. My blood ran cold. The eyes, still unblinking, now locked onto mine with an intensity that seemed to pierce through me. And then a sound. Not a grunt, not a whimper, not a deer's bleat. A voice. It was clear, resonant, and distinctly human, and it spoke my name. Eleanor. The sound vibrated in the air, a deep, calm utterance that shattered the silence of the forest. It was my name, undeniably my name, spoken with an unearthing familiarity. For a moment, my world tilted. Was I dreaming? Had the solitude finally gotten to me? My mind raced, frantically searching for any logical explanation. The deer's head was still turned, its eyes fixed on me, its mouth not moving, yet the voice had emanated from it. Then, as suddenly as it had begun, it was over. The deer, still with its head twisted unnaturally, simply wasn't there anymore. One moment, it was solid and present. The next, it was gone, vanished. The trail ahead was empty, just sun-dappled leaves and the continued, ordinary silence of the woods. I stood there for a long time, my entire body rigid with shock, fear, and a profound sense of disorientation. My rational mind screamed for an explanation, while something deeper inside me simply quivered. I checked my phone, noting the time, trying to ground myself in reality. The air still smelled of pine, the sun still shone. Everything was normal, but it wasn't. The hike back was a blur. Every shadow seemed to hold a hidden presence. Every rustle of leaves sounded like a whispered secret. The sanctuary had become something else. I tried to replay the event, dissecting every detail, searching for a trick of the light, an auditory hallucination, anything to explain away the impossible. Yet the memory was vivid, unyielding. The unnatural stillness, the 180-degree turn, the clear, calm voice speaking my name. Days turned into weeks, and the memory of that encounter never faded. It wasn't a nightmare. It was a awakening experience that fundamentally altered my perception of reality. I haven't stopped hiking, but the woods feel different now. They hold more mystery, more profound secrets than I ever imagined. The encounter didn't just scare me, it opened a door in my mind. It taught me that there are dimensions to our world and to our understanding that we barely grasp. That some things simply are without needing to fit neatly into our boxes of logic. Perhaps it was a glitch in the matrix, a moment where the veil between worlds thinned. Or perhaps it was a message delivered in the most unforgettable way. What I know for sure is that the wilderness, in its silent, ancient wisdom, holds more than beauty. It holds the inexplicable, the mystical, and sometimes it speaks directly to us in ways we can never anticipate. Have you ever had an encounter that completely shattered your understanding of what's possible? I'd love to hear your thoughts, or if you've experienced something that defies explanation. Share your stories in the comments below, or connect with us if you want to explore more tales from the edge of understanding. Until next time, keep your minds open and your eyes on the trail.